You know, I had to pull over. I'm sitting here in a parking lot. Got out of the traffic a little bit this morning, listening to some Spencer Davis on the radio today. The radio really does make a difference in terms of your mood, your attitude. I listen to humor sometimes. I listen to music sometimes. But the key to this is that quite often when we look at how we build our business, we get into one groove. You listen to one channel, you switch channels. If you're in business and not making all the money you want to make, think about which groove you're in, which channel are you tuned into. I tell people all the time that I can help them triple their leads, double their income. And you know how few people even connect with me to ask me the question of, how can you do that for me? So the question is, what can you do for me? Isn't that when we get up and talk and we get up in front of people and we want to always say, this is what I do. This is how I make a difference in people's lives. And I'll tell you and I'll tell you and I'll tell you. But the answer is, what can you do for me? If I get up and I ask in front of a group I'm going to meet today, what can you do for me? You know, someone will look at you like, that's weird. He's supposed to be saying what he can do for us. The answer is, if you tell me what you can do for me, then I have a good idea whether I'm going to sit with you, whether I want to meet with you, whether I want to connect with you. And certainly, when I go to these things, I'm always stunned when I say, I can triple your leads. Lead generation is the number one problem in America for business, small business today. And when I tell people I can triple their leads, they should be knocking my door. They should be crushing it. But they don't. Why not? Because most of us don't want to ask. We don't want to admit that we haven't made what we want to make. And most people are at these networking events saying, you know, I got this. I'm well under control. They're in the same channel. They're in that same groove they've been in for decades. Maybe just a couple years, maybe for a lot of years. But they're in that. They're comfortable in that. And to get out of that, to do anything different, is completely out of their realm. They can't ask. They can't develop something new because what could you know that I don't know? So I guess the only way to find out is to ask. And that's what I'm encouraging you to do today. No matter what happens, ask. I tell the story once upon a time, way back when, and I'll say 30 years ago, maybe it was 40, went to a workshop and somebody said, you got to ask everything. You never know until you ask. What if you don't ask for that sale? It'll always be a no. What if you don't ask them if you can sit down with them? It'll always be a no. And so I was at a gas station and I'm pulled up in my little dinky beater car in those days, struggling to make a living, and a guy in a limousine pulls up next to me. I went, wow, right? And I went over and struck up a conversation and I said, hey, would you think about just swapping me even up your vehicle for mine, title for title? And he looked at me weirdly and he said, no. I went, okay, thanks. I just thought I'd ask. What if he would have said yes? What if he would have said, hey, what a great idea. I'm wealthy. I'll give this guy a car. You never know until you ask. Now, see, I can always tell that story. Even though he said no to me, I tell that story all the time because I learned you have to ask. I teach the Q&L method, which is all about asking and communicating and learning and growing and helping somebody else build their business so that you can build your business. And if you would like to triple your leads, why not get in touch with me? I'm Steve at stevesapato.com. You can certainly reach me at steve at profitbuildercoaching.com, or you can call me. Look me up. I'm on Facebook, Steve Sapato. LinkedIn, oh, Steve Sapato. Oh, Instagram, Steve Sapato. Yeah. You can get a hold of me if you really want to grow your business. I'm Steve Sapato. I hope you're having a fabulous day. I have to get to my networking group now.
Yeah.